This is a Nukie round on the server Corvax. I'm starting to get a little sick, so commentary game may not be 100% on point, and spectating this might be a little rough. I don't know the language. I also don't know what is unique about this server, other than obviously the sprites look different, and I don't know what this station is. But very quickly, I did some spectating around. The bridge seems like it's pretty much dead center of the station. The vault is kind of like an old Delta station. I don't know how many people actually played on that, but the vault's really interesting and has these landmines that are pretty hard to avoid if you dismantle from the outside. You can enter the vault purely from space from here, but otherwise you'd have to go through two, I'm assuming these are reinforced doors. I don't know the sprite. Obviously can't read that. Security is also directly east of it, with the armory being multi-section. I actually really like this armory design. It has 4 sections. The water gun's kind of a meme, but it's very well stocked. They have disabler SMGs round start. They got reflective vest. They have bulletproof vest. I didn't notice any major differences with how the Nukie planet is or functions. There's still 5 Nukies. It looks like there's a medic. It looks like there's a commander. Again, I can't figure out what plan they're going for. There's clearly an admin of some sort. They did end up declaring war. That red alert voice is rather creepy. I think that's for the red alert voice. So yeah, they bought war ops. I'm assuming that's the sound of a half dozen reinforcements being purchased. I'm just gonna skip ahead. Yeah, holy fuck, I was underestimating it. That might have been a literal dozen reinforcements. We are 18 minutes in, and they have successfully FTL'd to the station. I don't know the name of it. They are moving really quickly for war ops. It seems like they FTL'd the literal second they were allowed to, not really wasting any time, which is smart. The station only had 14 minutes since their declaration to make weapons, buy weapons, research things. I'm assuming their content in general is not that much different than Upstream/Wisden, just in terms of like research and stuff. So they have actually, just like you see on Wisden servers, they dock directly to the ATS. Again, extraordinarily common tactic. Also, everyone's spamming energy swords. Fighting against reflex like that is borderline impossible. Reflex are absolutely stacked right now. See, the station actually made a pretty critical error here. They cheesed the ATS by moving it to the station. So now the Nukies have actually essentially docked with the station. I do see reflex going off. Oh yeah, reflex are definitely the same. Like, these bullets are doing nothing. Is that the RD? I don't know if that's the research director, but I like that suit so much more than the experimental hard suit. Anyways, carrying on with the Nukie's assault. Disabler SMG, actually a good counter against these sorts, but this Nukie seems like they may have been on some form of stimulant or just didn't get hit enough. Just like, look at the reflex. It's so insane. Guys just walking, sprinting forward, basically taking no damage. Like, this guy mag dumping it. I don't care. I want to know why they're. Is that the keg nuke? I can't tell. Oh no, that's the keg nuke. The real nuke is here, thankfully. It has the anchored symbol even. Some form of reinforced window structure going on here, which is pretty common on war ops. The Nukies are so spread out, but there's so goddamn many of them that it probably doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't even seem like there's that much crew. Like there's so many Nukies. I don't know if they get more PC or something, but like, there's just so many reinforcements. Their salvage armor looks pretty interesting too. A little bit of a counter flank from... Wait, isn't that one of their own? I thought that was one of their own. I honestly don't even know who was shooting who at that point. This is so confusing. They're just everywhere. It seems like a decent bit of Nukies that are on the like left side of the bridge. You got some Nukies hanging out, including reinforcements just on the right side of the bridge. This dude's like the monkey master, I guess. I think that's the medic. So that's an Atmos tech. I'm pretty sure that word looks like Atmos, and that looks like tech. So I thought that was the captain at first because they're kind of golden, but bombs going off into security. This is where it seems like a majority of the crew is. Nukie's literally funneling from one side of the maze, getting pushed from the bottom side of the maze. There's literally so many Nukies and just so many people in such a large station that there's no possible way I could really showcase how the full assault's going. The crew's actually seemingly doing an okay job on this side. They've killed at least a monkey. That was a fucking massive explosion. I don't even know what that was. Some Space Wind doing Space Wind things. So we have at least 5 security officers here. There's a paramedic in security. You have some form of security officer just kind of off on their own. I don't know where the rest of the Nukies went. Okay, the Nukies are dragging their own nuke down here. Or they at least just put it in the center of the station. Dude, what is Space Wind? Like, that's kind of cool looking, but... Got a stimmed up Nukie. Yeah, the station didn't have a chance. There's like 20 fucking Nukies. How was the station ever supposed to win this? I mean, EMP's taking... there's literally more Nukies than, like, crew. I'm pretty convinced. This Atmos tech has got this, I'm sure. Reflex. It's so goofy. I'm guessing they got the disc because I saw somebody wearing what looked like the captain's cloak. Yeah, so the captain kind of just got cornered. I'm not really sure what else they could have done. the Nukies just sort of walk up and... Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why there's still 2 Nukies breaking in the perma. Also, this is a wild perma. That's a fucking clown ship. There's a shotgun with combat gloves with a bag and ammo and some note. Interesting. Speaking of the nuke, they just armed it straight up in the center of the station. I'm just fascinated with how many Nukies there are. There was like 4 or 5 monkeys and like 10 or 11 operatives. Monkey with the AK. That is a weird sounding gun. I like can't even tell who's who in this fight. The Nukies and security look so similar. That dude's done for. Yep. Go check on the nuke. Yeah, the nuke's still... Doesn't seem like anyone's really counter-pushing for that. I literally can't tell who was who in this situation. There's Nukies killing Nukies. Okay, so this dude up there with the laser was a Nukie. That's a security officer. Stun Baton versus E-Sword? Stun Baton wins. They're failing to pick up the E-Sword, losing a lot of damage. They're still going to end up downing that Nukie. Yep. Really good play on that security officer right there. Back at the nuke, there's 2 salvage techs with enforcers up against a Nukie with an enforcer and the captain saber. They slipped on... Oh, water. This, I guess that tiny... Oh, never mind. It's actually a big puddle of water. Their enforcers sound pretty neat. Reflex, yep, Reflex killed that Salvager. And the other one's just gonna get melee to death. Don't think there's gonna be much more fighting at this point. I think they kind of secured that. So there's still 6 Nukies guarding the nuke. I heard explosions elsewhere, but it's not near the nuke, so it's not really super relevant fighting. Looks like the Nukies are actually gonna evac. Oh, there's Space Wind. That was a very, very clean war ops. Like, there were some losses, but it was mainly monkeys. This guy did not figure out how to escape. He's still trying. Run! Run! No! Run!